All right, you guys, welcome back to class. This is going to be my grammar hour, and we are going to be talking about past perfect tense. Okay. The link to the class that we're going to be taking is we have two links. We're going to go over the rules or how to create the past perfect. Okay. So we're going to go over those rules, and then we'll go through some practices. All right, so this is the first link. I went ahead and put that in the chat box for you. Go ahead and open that up. If you decide to come in and hang out in the Google chat, this is the link here. Okay, so let's see. We have Esther. How you doing, Esther?
Hello. Hello, Charles.
Hi.
How are you?
How are things? Things are good. Things are good. How about you? How are things going for you?
Well, very well. Thank you.
Cool. What are your plans for today? Or actually, it's probably what, about 7 or 8 o'clock right now where you're at?
No, the hour.
What time is it?
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
About 7 o'clock. Okay. So what were you able to do today?
I just have come to home, and I just have to eat very fast to join your class.
Okay. Okay. Well, it is okay to eat during class. I won't kick you out because of that. So very good. Well, welcome to class. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to Jamal. How are you? Jamal, make sure that your microphone is not muted. Okay, let's go to Omar. Omar, how are you? How are things going?
Good.
Excellent. Excellent. Good to have you back in class. Okay. Have you been doing anything new? Anything new or interesting going on? Omar, can you hear me okay? Okay. Anything new or interesting going on in your life?
Can you say again?
Yes. Is there anything new going on in your life? Anything new or anything interesting?
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. Well, welcome back to class. Good to have you here.
How about a new class?
Yes, I remember. You've been in my class once before. How about Simone? How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. Now, Simone, I believe you were in my class the other day. Were you the one that just got back from running?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Very cool.
I am here.
Awesome. Well, good to have you back in class. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Noura.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Noura. Welcome back to class. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
We also have Yasin. He's back in class. How you doing?
Thanks, teacher. I'm pretty good. Nice to see you again.
Yep, nice to see you as well. Very good. And let's see, a new student, Yang Jini?
Yang Zini.
Yang Zini, okay. And Yang Zini, where are you from?
I'm from China, but I'm living now in Italy.
Ah, okay. And why did you move from China to Italy?
To study design.
Okay, and what kind of design are you studying? Is it for computers or is it for like clothing?
Now I study interior design.
Oh, interior design. Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, welcome to class. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Liliana, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are things going with you today?
Things are good. I was talking a little bit earlier in my last class. I was a little exhausted this morning,
Yeah.
but my energy is picked back up. But yes, I am starting to get hungry, and I'm smelling right now. My wife is making some chicken and rice and a salad, and
It's
I'm
lunchtime.
starving. It's almost lunchtime. It's 11 a.m. So we like to eat at about 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting excited because I'm really hungry. Anyway, welcome back to class, Liliana. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Leon, you are from where?
All right, let's go to Ismael. How are you?
Fine, Chad. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome back to class. How was your day today? Were you able to get everything you needed accomplished?
Yes, it was an ordinary day today, but yesterday was a special day for me, Chad.
Why so?
We celebrated Turkish Solidarity and Children Fest or Bayram.
Ah, yes, it was a national holiday.
Yes, it is a national holiday. It is the anniversary of the opening of Turkish Parliament in 1920.
Fabulous. Fabulous. And what did you do to celebrate the day?
We went to the school of my son. There was lots of animation for children, especially. We watched them. It was funny.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
That sounds like a good time. Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Let's see. We also have Alexis.
Hi, Chai. Hi, Chad.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How about
so
you?
I'm doing really good. So so your wife doesn't have anything for you to do this hour?
No, I'm free now.
You're free.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, man. Very cool. Welcome back to class. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. This hour is a grammar hour. Okay. And I'm probably going to get back into doing some more grammar. I did a whole lot of grammar lessons for a while, and then I stopped and did some other things, and I'm going to start recycling those lessons so that we can refresh it in our minds. All right, and keep it fresh, keep it clear, so that when we're practicing, we'll be able to realize what we're doing and make the necessary corrections. Okay. Again, I'm going to put the link here in the chat box. Go ahead and open that up. If you're in Google Chat, okay, the link is there as well. Okay, so I do suggest opening that on your own computer. Sometimes your connection may be slow. My connection may be slow. Anything may happen, so you may not be able to read it. So please do open it up on your own computer instead of only reading it off of my page, all right, or off of the screen here. All right, so this hour we're going to be talking about past perfect, so the past perfect tense. Okay, that link will take you to the rules, okay, or the way that we form it. Okay, so we're gonna read through this a little bit. Okay, we have let's see, 1, 2, I think, yeah, that should be it. So a couple different uses. All right, and then we'll get into practices, and we'll practice this thing. Okay, all right. Let's start over on the left-hand side with Alexis. And Alexis, let me have you read, okay, how to form the past perfect. okay, as well as the three examples down below, okay?
Yeah. Okay. The past perfect form. I read the examples.
Yes, so go ahead and read this. This is going to be had plus the past participle.
With the past participle. The
All right,
examples.
Go for it.
You had studied English before you moved to New York. Had you studied English before you moved to New York? And you had not studied English before you moved to New York.
Great. So notice, everybody, the different the positioning of the word you, okay, and had when we ask a question. When we ask a question, had goes first. Okay, when we make a statement, you is first. And when you put something in the negative, it goes after had and before studied. Okay? All right, let's talk about the first use. Okay, use number 1. And this is for Esther. Let me have you read everything between use number 1 until you get to use number 2.
Okay. Use number 1, complete action before something in the past. The past perfect expresses the idea that something occurred before another action in the past. It can also show that something happened before a specific time in the past. Examples: I had never seen such a beautiful beach before I went to Kauai.
Yeah, kawaii.
I did not have any money because I had lost my wallet. Tony knew Istanbul so well because he had visited the city several times. Had Susan ever studied Thai before she moved to Thailand? She only understood the movie because she had read the book. Christine had never been to an opera before last night. We were not able to get a hotel room because we had not booked in advance. A. Had you ever visited the US before your trip in 2006?
Yeah,
B.
2006.
Yes, I had been to the US once before.
Okay. Now, the next thing that I'd like to help you understand with this is that when you look at this and it has this X, okay, it is an action that happened, okay, yet stopped. It's not a continuing action. It's not. It did not happen then and is continuing up until now. Okay, that would be different. Okay, we're talking about things that happened. Okay, definitely happened in the past and they're done. Okay, so we did it and done. Okay, so when we talk about had you ever visited the United States before your trip in 2006? Yes, I had been to the U.S. once before. Done. You went once. You're not continuing to be there at the time. It is done. Okay, that's why it would be perfect. Okay, it's already been completed. All right, let's go to use number 2, and this will be for Ismail. Let me have you read everything that's here until you get to important specific times. Okay, go ahead, please. Ismail, make sure that your microphone is not muted.
Yes, chat. Used to duration before something in the past. Non-continuous verbs. With non-continuous verbs and some non-continuous uses of mixed verbs, We use the past perfect to show that something started in the past and continued up until another action in the past. Examples: we had that car for 10 years before it broke down. By the time Alex finished his studies, he had been in London for over 8 years. They felt bad about selling the house because they had owned it for more than 40 years.
Okay. And the last couple lines there, please.
Although the above use of past perfect is normally limited to non-continuous verbs and non-continuous uses of mixed verbs, the words live, work, teach, and study are sometimes used in this way, even though they are not non-continuous verbs.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so we're still talking about something that that started in the past. Okay, and we're not using it in the form that, or we're not saying it in the form that it is continuing up to this point, but a duration before something in the past. Okay, and we're not using continuous verbs. Now, continuous class would be ing, so that gerund ending. Okay, so we had that car for 10 years before it broke down. Okay, so we had it for a while, and then it broke down. Okay, and notice broke is in the past here. Okay, okay. By the time Alex finished, okay, finished in the past, finished his studies, he had been in London for over 8 years. Okay, so right here, okay, year number 1, 8 years passes. This is when he finished it. Okay, and so it's a little over 8 years. Okay, but that we're still talking about the past. Okay, and something that was started, there was a little bit of a duration. Okay, but it finished. Okay, very good. Let's take a look at important specific times with past perfect. Okay, and we'll go to Esther. Or let's see, Esther, did you already read?
Yes.
I think you did. I apologize. Liliana.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Important specific times with the past perfect. Unlike with the present perfect, it is possible to use specific time words or phrases with the past perfect. Although this is possible, it is usually not necessary. Example: she had visited her Japanese relatives once in 1993 before she moved in with them in 1996. Moreover, if the past perfect action did occur at a specific time, the simple past can be used instead of the past perfect when before or after is used in the sentence. The words before and after actually tell you what happened first, so the past perfect is optional. For this reason, both sentences below are correct. Example: she had visited her Japanese relatives once in 1993 before she moved with them in 1996. She visited her Japanese relatives once in 1993 before she moved in with them in 1996. However, can I continue?
Yeah, continue on to those.
Okay, however, if the past perfect is not referring to an action at a specific time, past perfect is not optional. Compare the examples below. Here, past perfect is referring to a lack of experience rather than an action at a specific time. For this reason, simple past cannot be used. Examples: she never saw a bear before she moved to Alaska. Not correct. She had never seen a bear before she moved to Alaska. Correct.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so class, do you understand this? So when we are talking about a specific time, okay, year, okay, last week, within a specific time, had visited, okay, visited, okay, so past perfect and simple past, okay, they are optional. Okay, personally, I usually say past simple. Okay, in this sort of situation. That's why when I read this first one that was up here, I was like, it seems a little uncomfortable. Okay, had visited. Okay, I would usually just say visited. All right, but it's optional. You can say either or. Okay, now this one here, when you do not have a specific time, okay, it is not optional. You must use, okay, the past perfect. Okay, had never seen a bear before. Okay.
Always
all right.
when you don't put a specific time, you have to use present perfect instead of past simple. For example, if I say I haven't seen you for a while, I can't use the simple past. Only past perfect.
I hadn't. Okay, yeah, you would have to say I hadn't if you're yeah, I hadn't seen her or seen you for a while. Well, you would with you. Okay, she hadn't seen her for a while. Yeah, you could not say yeah, that's so uncomfortable. I saw. Yeah, I can't even say it. I saw you for a while. I never saw you for a while. Yeah, that would be incorrect. You could not say that.
Okay, because I heard that British use more past and present perfect than Americans. It's true.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm not exactly sure, but let's take a look at that same example. Okay, the last time I saw her was yesterday. The last time I had seen her was yesterday. Okay, so I've then taken a while, okay, and I gave it a specific time, yesterday. I can now use last time I saw, okay, so simple past, or last time I had seen. Okay, so you see how that works?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now, adverb placement, you guys. The examples below show the placement for grammar adverbs such as always, only, never, ever, still, just, etc. Okay. It would need to go between had and studied. Okay, or had and the past participle. You had previously studied English before you moved to New York. Okay, if we're asking a question, it still goes right before that past participle. Okay, had you previously studied English before you moved to New York? All right, very good. Okay, you guys, any questions so far on how to form the past perfect, as well as how and when we use it? Nope. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Hi there. Before I want to ask you, when do we use the past perfect?
Okay. When we're talking about an action that had started in the past and ended in the past.
I know, but
okay.
What's the difference between the past perfect and the past normal, the past like I went?
Okay. If you are not talking about a specific time, okay, you have to use the past perfect. Okay, so that's what we were discussing a little bit at the end there. If you have a specific term, so for example, Liliana was talking to me about seeing someone. Okay, and so a normal phrase would be I haven't or I hadn't seen her for a while. A while is general. Okay, a while could be for 2 days. It could be for 23 years.
Can you write this word a while like this?
Yeah, a while like that. It's 2 words separate. Okay. Okay. Yes. So I hadn't seen her for a while. So it's a general term. It's very large. Okay. Yes. Right. It happened it happened once. I saw her one time, okay, and then I hadn't seen her for a while, okay. But
Yes.
if you then put a specific time on it, okay, like yesterday, you can then use haven't and say the last time, okay, the last time I saw her was yesterday. Now you can use the simple past, okay, or the last time I had seen. So now I'm into past perfect, okay. Last time I had seen her was yesterday.
I thought about the action, the duration of action. If the duration is longer, we use past perfect, and if it's just short action, we use past. No?
Yeah, when you're talking about duration, yeah, I think that's probably the best rule to go by, because if something started in the past and lasted for a bit, okay, you'd use. But if it had ended in the past, okay, you would still need to use past perfect, okay,
Good.
because it's not something that's continuing. But if you have a time or a specific time when that ended, okay, then yes, you would use simple past.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's the key there. If you have a specific time when something happened, simple past all you want, okay. But if it's unclear, okay, but yes, something did happen and it lasted for a while, okay, you're talking about duration. That's when we use past perfect.
I think past perfect is a past before a past before a past.
Yes. Yes, a past before a past. Okay. Very good. The key is to it as well is that it ended. It ended in the past and it's not continuing until right now with that particular thought that you're trying to construe. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at some examples. Sorry, some exercises. Wrong word. Yeah. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go to, okay, our practices. The link here is going to be in the chat box. Go ahead and open that up. So if I say I've broken my arm, I don't need to say when I broke it. Yeah, so I have broken my arm, but if you say broke my arm, yeah, I broke my arm. Sorry, I can't come. I broke my arm. You would need to tell me when. Okay, I broke my arm Tuesday. Okay, last Tuesday. Okay, Edmar. All right, so go ahead and open up that link. Okay.
Past perfect tense. Choose the correct verb. Can I read chat? I want to read.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's see where we're at.
I don't read it.
I think it's Simone.
Okay.
Choose the correct verb from the list below to complete the following sentences. Put the verb in the past perfect tense between had and past participle. Make, start, write, leave, forget, fly, escape, close, give, ring, eat, change, go, see.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do two answers each, and it's fine. We'll start off with Hanan. Okay. So numbers 1 and 2, please, and then we'll go to Simone. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and read those and tell me what the answer would be.
For me?
Yep. For you. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought. Okay. When I got to the house, Mary wasn't there. I'm reading. When I got to the house, Mary wasn't there. I'm thinking about.
Okay.
She had.
What do we always need when we're talking about past perfect? What's the first word that we always need?
Had had.
Okay, good. Yeah, so we would need to say she had, and then already. Okay.
Already,
So
yes.
what's another word for someone not being there? How would we describe that? Okay, and we're
Left.
choosing. Good. Yes. So what would
Left.
our answer be here? What would the answer be?
When I got to the house, Mary wasn't there. She had already left.
Good. She had already left. All right. How about number 2?
I didn't recognize my old classmate because I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize my old classmate because she
Okay. When someone is
changed.
not recognized. Yeah. There you go.
She had
What's
changed.
the past? Yeah. Past participle would be changed. She had changed so much.
Yes, changed.
Good.
Regular
All right.
verb, yes.
Thank you. Let's go to Simone. All right, let's have you read 3 and 4, please. All right, make sure your microphone is not muted.
Okay. Okay. It's okay now?
Yep, there you go. I can hear you now.
Okay. We were late for the show last night. By the time we got the theater, the movie started already.
All right, you're halfway there. So yes, it's going to be started. Okay, but we need a word right here. What word would go right here?
The verb is start.
Yes, that's correct. The verb is start. Okay, and start would go after already. Would go after this word. But what do we always need when we're talking about past perfect?
Okay, so past perfect. The movie had started.
Okay, what's this word right in between?
Already. Escape.
So we're going to say had already started.
Okay. Had already started.
Okay, let me have you read this last sentence. By the time we got to the theater. Go ahead and read that one more time.
Okay. By the time we got to the theater, the movie had already started.
Good. Okay, number 4, please.
Okay. Yesterday, I went on my first plane trip. I was very nervous because I had never flown before.
All right, and what would be the past participle for the verb to fly?
Fly, flow.
Okay, you're getting close. Okay, so flew would be past tense. All right, class, does anybody know the past participle for the verb to fly?
Flew.
All right, there you go.
Flown.
Past participle.
Flown.
Yes, flown. Yes.
Flown.
Okay, to fly,
Yes, flown. Good.
Flow. Okay, so
it's gonna be flown with an N at the end. Okay.
So I had never flown before.
There you go. Nice job. Very good, man.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Nura. Numbers 5 and 6, please.
Okay. I couldn't eat much dinner last night because I had eaten such a big lunch.
Good. Yes, I had eaten such a big lunch. Okay. Now another way to say that, class, and it's very common. Okay, to say had. Okay, so we have the word had, and then the past participle of the verb to have, which would be had. Okay, so I could also say I couldn't eat much dinner last night because I had such a big lunch. Okay, we have lunch as well, so good. All right, how about number 6, please?
Okay. I couldn't buy any groceries last night because when I go to the supermarket, it had closed already.
It had
closed, closed, closed.
Yes, it closed already. Huh? It had closed already.
Closed already. Okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's
You're
go
welcome.
to numbers 7 and 8. This is for Zhangzini.
Yes. The last week, our teacher give back the essay we had written the week before.
Yeah, had written.
Had written the week before. Yeah.
Good. Nice job.
The house was quiet when Andrew got home. Everyone had gone to bed several hours earlier.
Yeah, everyone had gone to bed several hours earlier. So class, she's using go, okay, and the past participle would be gone. Okay, had gone. Excellent job. Okay, how about numbers 9 and 10? This is for Alex.
For me,
Yep, go for it, man.
the 9, right?
Yes, 9 and 10, please.
They got to school late yesterday. The ball had already. Let me see.
Okay, and we're talking about a bell. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, a bell. What is that verb? What does a bell do?
Ring. The past participle rang.
Okay, rang would be the past tense, but past participle, okay, is actually rung.
Okay, wrong.
Okay, so the bell had already rung.
Wrong.
All right, good, thank you. How about number 10, please?
Shayla couldn't come to my house last night because she had already had other plans.
Okay, we actually make plans.
Oh, made it.
Yeah, there you go. So, go for it.
Shayla couldn't come to my house last night because she had already made other plans.
There you go. Good job, man. Excellent. Okay, let's go to Eray. How you doing?
I'm okay. How about you, Chat?
I'm doing good, man. Let me have you do numbers 11 and 12, please.
Okay. We couldn't find the house. It was clear that he had given us the wrong address.
Okay, yeah, so given, let's see, does that make sense? Okay, yeah, he had given. Good,
Yes.
yeah, so he had given us the wrong address.
Yes, and Annie didn't want to come to the movie with us because she had seen it the week before.
Good, yes, seen. Okay, seen is the past participle, goodness, past participle, there we go, for see. Excellent. Okay, numbers 13 and 14. I love that when that happens. Can't even speak my own language. Here we go. Esther, numbers 13 and 14.
Okay. By the time the police arrived at the bank, the robber had already gone.
All right. Now, how about, yes, we could say, instead of saying gone, we would say left. Okay, but we have a better word that we can use here. Okay, our word would be escape.
Escape.
Okay, so what's the past participle for escape? What do you think?
Escaped.
There you go. Yeah, it ends with a
Well,
P. So it ends with a P. So that ed would sound like a T. So let me have you read this one more time.
Okay. By the time the police arrived at the bank, the robber had already Ya se me olvidó. Had already escaped.
There you go. Had already escaped.
Escaped.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, number 14, please.
14. I couldn't get into my apartment when I came home from work last night because I had forgotten
There
to
you
take
go.
my key.
Yeah, so forgotten. I had
Forgotten
forgotten to take my key.
to take my key.
Good. Excellent job.
Thank
Okay, let's keep going down. We're going to go to exercise. I think this would be labeled exercise 2, but yeah, so page number 2 here. Okay, and we're going to be making sentences with the past perfect and the words provided. Okay, so our example. Wow, I cannot speak today. Example. There we go. Our example is I missed my plane. Okay, our words are airport, plane, take off. Okay, that would change to by the time I got to the airport, the plane had already taken off. Okay, so we're going to create sentences with these words that we have below. Okay, let's go to let's see. Esther was the last one, so Hanan. Hanan, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I said that I'm thinking about it. Just a minute.
Okay.
I missed the show Theater Movista. So, it's obligation to use like the example by the time or something like this.
Yeah. So you had missed the movie there. Okay.
But I like to give.
Okay. Yeah, you
give a new.
You can use this exact same form by the time, and then you usually go to the theater. Okay, and then we're going to use the past participle here.
Because of my stuffs, I missed. I want to change. I don't want to follow the same example. You see?
Okay, you can do whatever you want.
Or because of my stuffs. Because of my stuffs.
Not stuffs. Okay, stuff is already a plural. Okay, stuff.
A job. Okay, my job or something like that. Because of my job, I missed the show. I missed because of my show.
Okay, so this is how you could say that. Okay, so I'll give you an example, and I'll let you do number 2. So we could say, by the time I got to the theater, the movie had already started because let's see, I got to the theater late because of my job. Okay, so you could explain it that way, but the normal phrase that we would use would be by the time.
Okay.
Okay, so try out number 2.
I couldn't get my prescription. Can you choose another person and?
Sure, no problem. Let's go to. Let's see who I have. Ismail, go ahead and do number 2. Okay.
Okay, good. By the time I got the drugstore, it had already closed.
Okay. Now here, even though drugstore would be considered third person, okay, we would actually say they. They had already closed. Okay. And so yes, when we're talking about a restaurant, okay, a business, a building, things like that, we usually say they, even though the restaurant would be when we're using like a regular sentence, we would consider that to be third person. But when we replace them with a pronoun, okay, we would usually say they. They were already closed. Okay, so let me have you try that one more time. You were almost there. So instead of saying it, say they. Okay, go ahead and repeat that.
Okay. By the time I got to the drugstore, they had already closed. Chat, should we use always they instead of restaurant or different places like this?
You can. What you're avoiding when you use pronouns is the redundancy of saying that noun again. Okay, but yes, when you're talking about a restaurant or a business that's open, okay, you can say, hey Chad, do you know if that Chinese restaurant around the corner is open? I would say, yeah, they usually are open until midnight. Okay, instead of saying yes, the Chinese restaurant is usually open until midnight, I would replace that and say they. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Valid
Number
question.
3?
Let's see. I'm going to go to another person for 3, okay? Let's go to Liliana, number 3, please.
Okay, I couldn't say goodbye to my friends. By the time I couldn't say goodbye to my friends when I called their house, they had left. I don't know how to.
Okay, so we're going to say by the time then we'll use called their house.
By the time I called their house to say goodbye, they had left.
Okay,
Yes?
yeah, they had left or they had already left.
They had already left. Okay.
Okay, so either way, they had left or they had already left. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Let's go to Simone, number 4, please. Make sure your microphone is not muted.
Okay, so I didn't get the job. I apply. I have some problem.
Okay, we're going to start off by saying by the time.
Okay.
And then use apply in the simple past tense.
Okay, so by the time I had applied to get
by the only applied. So by the time I applied.
Okay, by the time I applied, get the job.
Okay, so we're going to use this second part here. Okay, so let's see. So by the time I applied, okay, we would then use this. Okay, so basically, class, what we're doing, we're explaining why you didn't get the job.
Okay.
Okay, so if you walked in, Simone, and me and you were roommates, and I need rent money because I've got a job and you've been unemployed, and you walk in, you say, I didn't get the job, and I'm like, oh, why? You would say, well, by the time I applied, they had already hired someone else.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so that's how we would use this. Let me have you try number 5. Okay, so this first sentence here, this is describing the situation, and this would be the response. Okay, where you're explaining why that had happened.
Okay, so by the time we see to bought the house, no.
Okay, and we would say
See.
it
We
would
have
be
seen
past
to buy.
simple.
Okay.
It would be simple past tense. Okay, so the first part is going to be simple past. By the time we saw.
We saw by the house.
Okay, by the time we saw, and what did you see? You saw the house.
Saw the house. Someone else make an offer.
Okay, and we're going to use simple past here. So by the time we saw the house, someone else had
make an
made
offer.
Okay, and we're going to
Made an
use.
offer. Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
someone else had made an offer. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go to question 6 here, and this is for. Let's see. Yangzini.
Yes.
Okay, number 6, please.
6. The house was destroyed by the time the firemen arrived. The house had burnt.
Yeah, had burned down. Had burnt down. Okay. How about number
Please,
7? This is
me?
for Alexis.
Okay.
Yes, here I am. 7. I didn't get to the
By the way, I went.
space. Search for it.
Okay, so number 7 there, Alexis. I didn't get to taste her
didn't get to
chocolate
taste-
cake.
I didn't get to taste her chocolate cake. Okay. Can I use the same by the time I arrived?
Uh-huh.
By the time that I arrived,
Now you're giving me an explanation. Okay, you're giving me an explanation. So you could say, by the time I arrived, okay, go right to her children.
had
Now
eaten.
we want to use simple, or sorry, had eaten.
Had eaten the whole thing.
There you go. Had eaten the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And you can also say had already eaten the whole thing. Okay? All right.
Yes.
Very good. Let's go to number 8. And this is.
Can I?
Let's see. Let's see. I'll probably have you. You're going to do number 10, Hanan. Okay?
Okay.
So
okay.
number 8, Eray.
Okay. By the time I went to hospital, she had already gone home.
Yeah, by the time I went to the hospital, she had already gone home. Okay?
Yes.
Good, excellent. Let's go to.
Can I ask
yes.
a question?
Sure, what's up?
And question 7. And how can by the time I arrived, and
yeah.
her children had already eaten. We say it like this.
Yeah, eaten. Yeah, her
Okay.
children had already eaten the whole thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, and Esther, let me have you do number 9, please.
No, a ver, number 9. And I didn't see the game. No. By the time I turned on the TV, the game had already finished.
Okay? Yeah, the game had already finished.
Already
Good job.
finished.
All right, thank you. All right, Hanan, number 10, please.
Okay. By the time I arrived at concert, my daughter had finished her song. I missed my daughter's performance.
Yeah. And so had finished her song. What a sad thing. Okay. Good. Yeah. So that's how we explain that. Very good.
Understood.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's scroll down. Okay. And we're going to be doing a similar activity, but it's now going to be in the negative. Okay. My house was very dirty when she came over because, all right, I had not cleaned it for weeks. Okay, so let's try these out. Let's go to Ismail, number 1, please.
Okay. Joe had to study hard for yesterday's test because
Okay, how would we finish that off?
Read.
Okay, so we have he. Okay, and
He
what do
hadn't
we all?
done well
Good.
the week
Okay.
before.
Okay, yeah, he hadn't done well. Okay, the week before. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Let's go to number 2, and this is for Liliana.
Okay, I was worried when she didn't arrive on time because sentences. I was worried when she didn't arrive on time because she hasn't she hadn't or had not been late before.
Good, yeah, so she hadn't been late before. Okay, or you could say has she had never been late before as well. Okay. Okay, good. Let's go to Omar. Number 3, please. Okay, let's go to Simone. Sorry, we don't have a whole lot of time to mess around, buddy. So number 3, Simone.
Okay, Jody didn't want to go on the school ski trip because she hadn't skied before.
Good. Yeah, so she hadn't skied before. Very good job, Simone.
Number 4,
Yeah, so
please.
and number 4 is for Yangzini.
Yes. Okay. By order.
Go for it. Yangzini, number 4, please.
Okay. I don't recognize Alan at the party because I had not seen her for years.
Good. I had not seen her for years. Okay, very good. And number 5 is going to be Alexis. Good. And number 5 is going to be Alexis.
Yes.
Good. And number 5 is going to be
John
Alexis.
didn't catch the bus because he
Good.
got
And all right, Alexis, make sure to close down your other Verbling windows. Okay, go ahead, John, or go ahead, Alexis.
Can I read?
right now.
Yeah, go for it, Omar, or Alexis.
Number 4. Number 4.
Number 5.
Number 5. John
Can
didn't
read.
catch the bus because he hadn't left the house on time.
Okay, yeah, he hadn't left the house on time. Good. All right, Edai, number 6, please.
Okay, Andy ate Andy ate a huge supper last night because he hadn't eaten all day.
Good. He hadn't eaten all day. Omar, I came to you before, but you didn't speak up. So yeah, I can't have you do it. Okay. Esther, let me have you do number 7.
Okay, number 7. The farmers' fields were very dry because it hadn't rained for weeks.
Good. It hadn't rained for weeks. Okay.
For weeks.
And our last one here, Hanan, number 8, please.
Roberta's hair looked terrible last night because she hadn't combed all day.
Okay, good. Now, Ismail, you had started, right? Did you do number 1, Ismail?
Yes, Chet.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you, guys. It's time to end our class. It was great having you. Great having you here. I'll see you in a future classroom. Okay, take care, you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.